401k plans are common in many businesses, and while they're not very difficult to administer, there are some common problems that we see. We're here today to talk about the top 5 items that we see go wrong with 401k plans and how you might avoid these and help. One of the first ones that we often see is timely remittances or payments to the 401k plan.
And while I think our clients have gotten better with this, you commonly see this when there's been a transition with the payroll clerk or the person that's administering those payments going to that third party. So if, as a plan administrator, you want to make sure that you are aware of that fact, that the timely remittances are very important, because this is not your money, it's your employee's money.
The Department of Labor defines how often you should remit. When you withhold it from your employees' paychecks, they really say as soon as you can practically identify it and get it remitted. They mean right away. They don't mean to take a long time.
So if you can identify your payroll tax deposits, you can identify your remittances to the 401k plan.
Another common problem we see are who is a participant in the plan and who have we excluded incorrectly. So that can be a common mistake that we'll see.
And your plan document should identify these and define who is an eligible participant in those plans. So being familiar with that is very important as a plan administrator.
You know, typically almost everybody that's in your company that's 21 years of age or 18 years of age and works 1,000 hours, however it's defined, almost everyone's going to be eligible to participate. And it's important, not everybody will participate, and so when they choose not to, it's important for you to remain documentation that they sign that they decline to participate. That way, if ever a question comes up, you'll be able to prove their choice, and it won't be arbitrary who was excluded.
Another item that you have in your plans is the compensation that's eligible for matching. And you need to be familiar with that, because sometimes it's just your base pay, or it may include bonuses, or it may include some type of commissions. So understanding that compensation is eligible is important also.
Many times clients, a problem will come up. We don't have matching on bonuses. People don't have to defer their 401k on bonuses. And so we look to the plan adoption agreement, which is how the plan is going to be implemented. And it usually defines what you're choosing. And oftentimes we'll find that there's no exclusion, that the pay was everything they're paid, and a mistake occurs. Those aren't easy to fix. I mean, there's processes that you can go through to catch those contributions up that should have been made. But the real important thing is to be familiar with that adoption agreement itself. It's the roadmap to what your 401k plan really says.
I think we keep referring to the plan administrator and his or her responsibilities and the familiarity with the plan itself, because each plan can vary based upon the elections you make. So the plan administrator needs to make sure that there is someone that is responsible taking care of the details of that plan and the implementation of that. And I think as a plan administrator, which may be the plan sponsor employee as well, is just a key responsibility that's probably delegated to a payroll person.
Another area that we often see that goes awry is participant loans. Most plans, or many plans, will allow participants to borrow back some of the money that they've contributed to the plan. But the record keeping surrounding those loans is really important. They're just that, they're a loan. They have to be repaid. There's a schedule that has to be kept up. So it's important that we get the right person to administer that aspect of it and to keep up with it, because this is an area that becomes quite messy when it's not kept up with appropriately.
And many times when an employee is no longer there, or a former employee departs, then the loan may go in default, and that becomes a reportable transaction. So that's another reason that it's very important to track those loans and understand if payments are being made to the plan.
So to summarize, it's important that employers understand their adoption agreement that implements their 401k plan, and then get the right person inside the organization to administer the plan. They need to be familiar with the adoption agreement, understand the rules, and avoid the common pitfalls. And every plan needs a competent CPA to assist with the plan and a competent attorney to help answer those questions as well. It's a simple plan to administer, but things can go awry, and it's important to pay attention to the details.